Welcome to Rome. We were warmly welcomed at the Western Excelsior with a delicious lunch buffet. This is the first impression of the fabulous trip we are about to have. We are in Rome as guests of Bell Canada. My husband won President's Club this year for his incredible performance in 2018, and as a reward, we are enjoying this wonderful trip, starting with these luxurious accommodations. We started our trip with a welcome cocktail night held at the gorgeous Casina De Macchia Madama. In true Italian style, the Prosecco was overflowing while we soaked in the stunning views. This is a beautiful restaurant on the top of a hill, which is used a lot for weddings and events. We enjoyed the night with great food and great friends. The next day, we visited the Vatican City. This incredible structure holds many precious treasures. It's really overwhelming and difficult to take it all in. This museum holds some of the best artwork and sculptures from around the world. If you're claustrophobic, the Vatican museums will definitely make you a little anxious with the huge crowds. And if you're in a group, stay together. The star is the Sistine Chapel with its incredible ceiling painted by Michelangelo, but photography is not allowed inside the Sistine Chapel, so you will just have to take my word for it. St. Peter's Square is enormous, and of course, I take my selfie. You must also visit St. Peter's Basilica. The dome in St. Peter's Basilica is the largest in the world. On our exit from the museum, we were really fortunate to catch the changing of the guard right outside the Vatican. At ground level, St. Peter's Square is as impressive, if not even more, with the Basilica in the background. As we leave the Vatican, I must pick up a few rosaries and souvenirs for my loved ones. Rome today is incredibly hot, but nothing that a little gelato can fix. I've been dreaming about this for a long time, a combination of Nutella and pistachio. While my husband takes some video, I quickly eat his gelato too. The best way to take in Rome is by foot. We cross over the bridge in search of the Pantheon. Every cobbled street is unique, filled with bicycles, Vespas, and tourists. Restaurants and stores line every street. You can't throw a stone in Rome without hitting a monument or a plate of pasta. We find the Pantheon, but unfortunately, it's a public holiday today, and the Pantheon already closed at 1. So we had to make do by peeking in between the cracks of the door. We're getting hungry now, so we browse menus, but keep on moving, looking for the Trevi Fountain. When I visited Rome 30 years ago, this was closed for renovations, and I was so disappointed at the time, even though I did throw a coin into the concrete. Today, it's even better than I imagined it, fun and filled with life. There is a legend that if you throw a coin in the Trevi Fountain, you will return to Rome. So I am looking forward to my 3rd trip. During the day, the Trevi is incredibly crowded, but if you can, find a spot to sit and just take it all in. Google Maps are fine, but a good old-fashioned map gives you a good perspective of the lay of the land. Walking all over Rome makes you super hungry, so we stop for a bite. Pizza! We opt for simple vegetarian pizza. At night, Bel Canada hosted a beautiful cocktail party at the hotel. My friend Linda booked a restaurant called the Old Bear for us to enjoy a fine and authentic Italian meal. Since our party is large, we cannot be accommodated outside, so the indoors will have to do. Italian restaurants are mostly made up of little hidden rooms. It looks really small on the outside, but you will be surprised how much room they have on the inside. When in Rome, you must try the Roman-style bistecca. This meat is perfectly smoked and absolutely delicious. After dinner, we decide to check out the Trevi Fountain one more time, and we also check out the Spanish Steps. All that walking makes us really hungry for some more gelato, and Giolitti is right around the corner. The server at Giolitti grabbed my phone and took a selfie. The next morning, we are whisked off to a secret location. This happened to be Casala Marchese. This is where they make the famous Frascati wine. We get a fabulous musical welcome. Organizers have a few activities planned for us, the first being Gourmet Casino. We had to blind taste wine and bet on it. And then we also had to bet chips on secret gourmet scents. We then learned about the region and the wines. This vineyard boasts of 40 hectares of grapes and 15 hectares of olives. 60% is exported to other parts of Europe, Japan, and Canada. They mainly produce the white Frascati grapes, but red grapes are also grown here. This is Senor Ferdinand, and he is one of the owners. And they will produce 300,000 liters of wine each year. Olives are gathered after the wine harvest, and they are pressed to make extra virgin olive oil. After the vineyard tour, they prepare fresh pizzas for us on site. Seriously, this will be the best pizza we had right throughout our trip through Italy. Next, we attended an olive oil tasting. And finally, it was time for lunch. Mangia, 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 and party like the Italians. We head back to Rome and it starts to rain. After a quick rest, we head out again to check out some of the other sites like the old Roman baths and the oldest church in Rome, Santa Maria Maggiore. Before we call it a night, we grab some more bistecca and ravioli at Nuova Stella before, you guessed it, getting some more gelato. The next day, we get on another tour bus and head out for the Colosseum. Catching a glimpse of the Colosseum just takes your breath away. In Rome, the buses can only stop at certain points and at certain times. The Colosseum is absolutely incredible. Outside the Colosseum are the ruins that still stand today on many excavation sites. Romulus and Remus, the mythological twin brothers, founded the city of Rome right on top of this hill. After an exhausting day, we settle down for a delicious lunch. My limon fettuccine with shrimp is delicious, perfectly al dente. And this pasta is topped with fried octopus. Delicious. Some more Parmigiano and let's manja. My husband ordered the veal and this looks delicious too. Food rarely comes plated like we see back home and is often served without sides. You have to pay extra for them. As part of the President's Club, we attend an award gala. This was held in the Villa Miana, where scenes from La Dolce Vita were shot. We walked the red carpet and had some delicious appetizers. Here's my handsome date with his snazzy shoes. We pose for the paparazzi and settle down for an incredible dinner and entertainment. And after a great night, we danced the night away. On our final day in Rome, we visit the Castillo Roma. These are the Roman castles and the little villages just outside of Rome. We passed through the walls that were constructed in 270 AD. Our first stop is Nemi. This is a little town known for its tiny sweet strawberries. This quaint little town is also known for its artisanal products. This volcanic crater now holds a lake and residential houses. The views from up here into the crater are incredible. The stores here are super adorable. We stop for a coffee and a cookie, and I have my eye on this pistachio delight. We have to stop at Casa Gandolfo. This is traditionally the summer home of previous popes. However, it's not the home of Pope Francis or Papa Francesca, as he prefers to stay in Rome. But before we get to Casa Gandolfo, we have to stop for lunch. We make our way to Pagnanelli. It looks gorgeous on the outside, but when we get inside, we are quickly whisked into the cellar. Along the walls are cases of collectibles and tools. Here they store 35,000 bottles of wine, and the most expensive wine they have is 8,000 euros a bottle. Also on display are autographed bottles of wine. I found one by Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel. We sample some Prosecco and some delicious hors d'oeuvres. and just take in the cellar. This restaurant is a labyrinth of different rooms. We almost lost our guide trying to find our table. This meal is going to be served in different courses, and we all unbuckle our belts and get started. Pasta arrives and it's really tasty, however, it's a little underdone. The restaurant have their own sommeliers, and you can tell them apart by the metal cup they wear around their necks. The second pasta dish arrives and it's also delicious, but it's also undercooked. But I'm hungry, so I tuck in. Main arrives and it's a great combo of veal, beef, grilled radicchio, and cheese, and my new favorite, sautéed rocket or arugula. This restaurant is tightly packed and offers great views. Dessert arrives and it's a delicious trio of Italian specialities. Finally, we arrive at Castelli Gandolfo. This used to be the summer residence of the Pope, but it's now open to the general public. As I mentioned before, Papa Francesca prefers to stay in Rome. We get a little time to stroll through the village and take in the sights. Like anywhere else in Italy, it's packed with coffee shops and people just sitting down and enjoying the moment. After taking in the sights, we head back into the city. On our last night in Rome, we plan to take in the Colosseum by night. This is beautiful by day and night, and it's worth a trip just to see it illuminated in all its glory. After all that walking, we just need a quick bite to eat, and here's a sign from God. This pizzeria Forno da Milvia makes all kinds of pizzas. I know that the margherita pizza is named after a queen, so I opted to have this on our last day. Sadly, this was not very good. The pizza base is doughy and thick, and it had to be doused with chili flakes for any kind of flavor. Disappointed, we decided to drown our sorrows in some gelato at Il Gelatoni. Best gelato ever. Rome always has pistachio on the menu. This is my favorite, and this one is ridiculously good. The store has many flavors. This gelato made me very happy. Sadly, all good things must come to an end, and while Rome ends, a new adventure in Venice begins. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, guys. Share my channel as well as my videos with your family and friends. And at the end of the video, be sure to check out my Venice and my Florence videos. I will share all of my experiences of those great cities there. Till I see you next time, take care.